I hope everyone is having a phenomenal, phenomenal Saturday. We are actually celebrating Mardi Gras season, carnival season right now. But it's too cold to enjoy it. But it's always good to be with family and friends. Always good. Welcome in. Welcome in. We'll go ahead and get started in just a little while. I cannot believe that today is the last day of the first month of 2026, and how quickly for me it flew by. I just can't believe it. I cannot believe it. One of the things that I wanted to start with is, of course, I usually do these before starting work. But this is actually part of my daily routine, not just part of my workday routine, not just a part of my weekday routine, but a part of my daily routine. So I did take the liberty of, I woke up early, but I just kind of laid in the bed and relaxed for a while and kind of warmed up because it is so, so cold. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started today. So remember, on your daily motivation, on your daily inspiration, is something that we do every day. As the athletes like to say, no days off. No days off for this one. All right, so of course, today is January 31st. Our topic for the day is philosophy as medicine of the soul. Philosophy as medicine of the soul. Don't return to philosophy as a taskmaster, but as patients seek out relief in a treatment of sore eyes, or a dressing for a burn, or from an ointment. Regarding it this way, you'll obey reason without putting it on display and rest easy in its care. Let's read that one more time. Don't return to philosophy as a taskmaster, but as patients seek out relief in a treatment of sore eyes, or a dressing for a burn, or from an ointment. Regarding it this way, you'll obey reason without putting it on display and rest in its care. And that was a quote from Marcus Aurelius, his Meditations 5:9. So here's the reflection of that. The busier we get, the more we work and learn and read, and the further we may drift. We get in a rhythm. We're making money, we're becoming creative, and we're stimulated and busy. It seems like everything is going well, but we drift further and further away from philosophy or our true selves. Eventually, this neglect will contribute to a problem. The stress builds up, our minds get cloudy, we forget what's important, and result in an injury of some kind. When that happens, it's important that we tap the brakes, put aside all the momentum and the moment. Return to the regimen and practices that we know are rooted in clarity, good judgment, good principles, and good health. Stoicism is designed to be a medicine for the soul. It relieves us of the vulnerabilities of modern life. It restores us with the vigor we need to thrive in life. Check in with it today and let it do its healing. All right, remember, I'm reading every day. I didn't show you this today, but I'm reading every day from the Daily Stoic, their daily medications. Good morning, Thrift with Chelsea. Hello, sweet friend. And every month has a theme. And the theme for January is clarity, because so many times in January, it's when we're focusing on what our year is supposed to look like. Good morning. Oh, thank you so much, my sweet friend educator. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Um, and it's so interesting that to me, this speaks in so many different ways. I think of it, if we start to work out, or let's say we start to train for a specific event, particularly like I did a marathon in 2007. Okay. And one of the things that I had to learn, was because we had a daily training schedule, but we also had rest days in there. And a lot of times I would feel on the rest days that I just wasn't doing anything. I didn't appreciate it at the time as a rest day, because your body needs time to recover. And just like, good morning, welcome in, welcome in. And just like we read in the passage, the more we do, the busier we get. We forget what our true intention is. Our thoughts become cloudy. And if we want to put it in a physical sense, the more we train and the more into it we get, and the more we think we're not doing enough and we tend to do more, what does that result in? It results in injury. And when you have an injury, it takes you out of the game for you to relax that muscle or whatever that injury is. Hey, Urge, good morning, sweet friend. And you have to allow your body to recover. And that's what spoke to me this morning about this reading. If we are not focusing on what our true intention is and be very clear about what that intention is, we tend to go in every single direction and we get pulled in every direction, and we stop focusing on what's immediately ahead of us. Okay? This goes back to the readings that we've had all week. It's truly, truly dealing with clarity. And remember to think of your spirituality, your meditation state, all of that, not as a task, a have to, and a check off the list, but as a medicine, okay? Something that is a solution for your soul, something that is a solution for the way you want to move forward. And I'm telling you, it makes all the difference in the world. And I'm a work in progress, okay? So long as I'm taking steps forward and I'm progressing, I'm good. I don't believe in perfection. I don't strive for perfection. I just want to make progress. And if I'm making progress, I know that I'll reach those goals, right? So again, this is part of the routine. It's not a weekday routine. It's not a before work routine. It is an everyday routine to help keep centered. Now, I will give you all a little challenge today. And as we end the month talking about clarity, because that was the theme of the month was clarity. As we end the month and we've talked about clarity and we've thought about clarity, I challenge you to take 10 to 15 minutes, get in a very, very quiet space. Think about what your intention was on December 31st. Write it down. If you haven't written it down already, write down what that intention or what those intentions were. Reflect on them and write down the progress that you've made or where you have the opportunity to improve. That shouldn't be an or, that should be an and. Write down the progress you've made and the opportunities you have to improve. Okay? So that's our reading for today. I'll give you a sneak peek. February's topic is passions and emotions. Passions and emotions, which I think is particularly appropriate as we celebrate Black History Month in February. So think about that and the connectivity and alignment there. Passions and emotions. Let's see, what card do I want to read today from our motivational stack? This one is good. I don't know if you all can see it. I'm at my in-laws' house. All right, it says, the limits of the possible can only be defined by going beyond them into the impossible. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Thank you for joining this morning. The limits of the possible can only be defined by going beyond them and into the impossible. And that's a quote by Arthur Clarke. I remember there was a book that I have at home that I used to read all the time. And the title of it was It's Always Impossible Until It's Done. It's always impossible until it's done. Y'all, we have goals. There are things that we can do, and we tend to think about them. Sometimes we overthink them. Lord knows I'm guilty of that. We talked about that earlier this week. And when we overthink them, we set limits on ourselves. Okay. It's all here. It's a mind game. Yes, yes. You've heard that quote too. Absolutely. It's a mind game. So we put limits on ourselves and we tend to think that the external issues or components are our issues. Absolutely, urge. Overthinking is very paralyzing. Paralysis by analysis. I mean, I'm guilty. I'm 100% guilty. So I'm a work in progress. I've tried to start when I think about something, I've tried to just start doing it and working on it. And the perfectionism, because I was a perfectionist and I'm still working on that part too. But the perfectionism in me thought it needed to be perfect and I needed to have it all laid out before I started. And I've realized that that's just not true. If I start, I can pivot along the way. But the key is to get started because if I'm still thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it, I may never start because it's never going to be perfect. It's never going to be the perfect time. An educator said, it is. I experience it daily, especially when starting on this app. Yes, I think plenty of us do. But Urge said it best, stop thinking and do. Just do it. Just do it. You correct along the way. Nothing, no show that you watch, no talk that you give will ever be perfect. There is always room for improvement. Educator, think about it like this. Let me put it in terms that we can relate to as educators. Students at certain intervals and benchmarks get what? What do we give them before we give them a report card? What do we give them? I know it's hard for you. I know it's hard for you. Educator, what do we give students in intervals before we assessments, but what is a cohesive measurement of how they're doing before they get an actual report card? What is that called? A progress report. A progress report. Absolutely. Is it called a perfection report? Why do we think it's not called a perfection report? It's a progress report. Why don't we think of it like that? It's a progress report. So, in order for us to make progress, we have to do something. Okay? Kids have to come to school. Teachers have to teach a lesson. Assessments have to be given. Assessments have to be graded. Students have to understand what the misconceptions are. Teachers are there to help them go through those misconceptions and correct the deficits and make progress. Make progress. But in each of those steps, there's an action. In each of those steps, there's an action. So we just need to take the action. We can go from there. Guess what? What is the very worst that can happen? The worst that can happen is it's a learning lesson. We reflect, we rewatch ourselves, and we make the next one a little bit better. Just a little bit at a time. A little bit at a time. But if we don't take the step and we don't take the action, we'll never be able to make the progress. And that's always the goal. So, friends, we're just going to get out there. We're going to take some steps. We're going to be clear. We're going to reflect on what our intentions were, how far we've come. We're going to look at our progress. We may even look at where we've been stagnant. And we're going to make the plan for the passions and emotions that await for us next month, tomorrow. And remember, this is one important thing that I always like to tell my children. We are our ancestors' wildest dreams. And in that regard, we have a responsibility. It's not perfection, it's just progress. Woo! I needed to hear that from me. All right, sweet friends, thank you so much for joining me. I will hop on today before I head back home. Progress over perfection. Absolutely. Progress over perfection. I preached this morning. Thank you, Urge. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Um, but y'all, I can't believe how much I actually enjoy and look. Dr. Watson, I presume. Reverend Doctor. Oh, hello. Oh, hey, Liz Shops. Thank you for joining this morning. I so appreciate you. Um, so yes, thank you all. Thank you all for joining. Thank you for the input in the chat. Y'all join me every morning. Tomorrow morning I will probably be on I'm out of town right now. So I will probably get on a little earlier, probably at my normal time, the 7:30 time, because if I wait until now, the house is going to be loud. Um, right now, everybody's just gone, so I had the opportunity to try kind of just sleep in for a little bit and just relax. Well, I didn't sleep in, but I did relax in the bed, and it was great because it's freezing. So thank you all so much for joining. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you. Thank you, Urge. Since we have a few people on, let's find somebody to raid. Let me see. Hold on just a quick second. And I appreciate each of you. Um, let's go into Shop Happy. She's doing some community stuff this morning. So I'm glad you tuned in too. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate each and every one of you. Much love to each of you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Love you, love you. Let's raid. See y'all tomorrow. Oh, and also join me later tomorrow because when I get back home, I am going to do a show. Okay. So I'll put that in and bookmark it today. All right, y'all. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Here we go.